This year's different. This year, it's my year. I can feel it. 86, baby.
Welcome to MsMojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons we love Eddie Munson.
And other good news, flattery works with me, so...
For this list, we'll be looking at Eddie's best moments in the show and what make him so lovable. Listen up, freaks, geeks, nerds, and metalheads. Do you copy? Spoilers ahead for Season 4 of Stranger Things. Before we get started, let us know what your favorite Eddie moment is in the comments below. Number 10. His flair for the dramatic.
Dungeons and Dragons. At first regarded as a harmless game of make-believe, now has both parents and psychologists concerned.
See what we did there? Flair. The very first scene we're introduced to Eddie is a pretty strong one. We don't know what to make of the eccentric kid, who looks maybe a little too old to still be in high school, jumping up on tables and taunting ball and laundry basket players.
You want something, freak?
Prick. It's forced conforming.
Joseph Quinn delivers his lines like an absolute pro, with all the gusto and bravado we could ask from one Eddie Munson. Despite his somewhat intimidating nature, especially towards Dustin and Mike, we find out that Eddie is just doing his best to finally graduate this year.
I'm gonna walk that stage next month. I'm gonna look Principal Higgins dead in the eye. I'm gonna flip him the bird. I'm gonna snatch that diploma and I'm gonna run like hell out of here.
With all the theatrics, we knew there was something we liked about him from the very beginning. Number 9. He has the best hair in the show.
Absolutely not.
You asked for a sub, we delivered.
This is Hellfire Club, not babysitting club.
I'm 11, you long-haired freak.
My.
Listen, Steve has great hair, Nancy has great hair, and Argyle's hair is downright majestic. But Eddie has to take the win, right? According to lead hairstylist Sarah Hinsgall, Eddie's hair was inspired by Eddie Van Halen, which, is an especially fitting reference. Apparently, there were 5 separate wig fittings for Joe, and Hinsgall put a lot of effort into getting movement into the hair.
Honestly, I have stuff in my hair. You don't remember me?
I'm sorry.
Middle school, talent show. You were doing this cheer thing, the thing you do. It's pretty cool, actually.
It definitely paid off because most of us would not have known it was a wig in the first place if it was never confirmed. Joe totally rocks the do, and it made his character all the more convincing. Go, little rock star.
You looked so...
Different? Yeah. Well, my hair was buzzed, and I didn't have these sweet old tatties yet.
You played guitar, right?
Uh-huh. Still do.
Number 8. The scene where he comes to terms with all the weirdness.
An undead creature of great power.
A spellcaster.
A dark wizard.
We must all be pretty sadistic because there's something so fascinating about watching your favorite characters go through trauma.
Eddie, we're on your side. I swear on my mother. Right, guys?
Yes.
And boy, does Eddie get a whole unhealthy helping of it. Joe's acting is both heartbreaking and mesmerizing in the scene where he's found hiding. There's a wonderful subtlety in his delivery and expressions that makes his character all the more compelling.
You won't believe me.
Try us.
He can't believe what he's seen, never mind how gruesome the whole ordeal was, and he just knows no one is going to believe him.
I didn't know what to do, so I ran away. I left for the...
And when he has to witness a second Vecna kill, oh man, the whole thing's nuts. And awful. It's awfully nuts. Number 7. He's unapologetically himself.
Eddie, I'm not sure I love the idea of you driving.
Oh, I'm starting to suck her. Harrington's got her. Don't you, big boy?
If high school movies have taught us anything, it's that you should fit into a box. Eddie lays it all out for us in the cafeteria in the first episode.
We're the freaks because we like to play a fantasy game. But as long as you're into band or science or parties.
He falls in line with the so-called freaks, but they're also kind of nerdy. And Eddie is also a metalhead who sells drugs. Okay, so maybe he went down a bit of an off path with that last descriptor, but he doesn't have the best home life, and he's just trying to do his best with what he's been given. He represents so many people who listened to punk and metal in the 80s and 90s and were labeled horrible things because of it.
I mean, what are you even looking for?
Madonna, Blondie, Bowie, Beatles, music! We need music!
This is music!
He's sorely misunderstood, but he stays true to himself till the very end.
Even in the end, he never stopped being Eddie. Despite everything.
Number 6. The most metal concert ever.
Chrissy, this is from you.
Where did those tears come from? In Phase 3 of The Plan, TM, Eddie and Dustin set out to distract the demo bats in the Upside Down, and Eddie puts on the concert of a lifetime. Metallica is perhaps the only appropriate choice for what might be your last shredding session.
T-minus 20!
Intercut with Max trying to escape Vecna and Erica trying to escape Jason and company, this whole scene is nothing short of awesome. And the excitement between Eddie and Dustin at the end, it doesn't get much more adorable than that.
Dude, most metal ever!
Number 5. His chemistry with everyone. Joseph Quinn could probably take a lot of the credit for this, but Eddie managed to befriend nearly every character he came in contact with.
It's just... Do you ever feel like you're losing your mind?
You know, just on a daily basis.
His chemistry with Chrissy was indicative of the kind of person he really is, and once he became friends with Nancy, Steve, and Robin, well, we had a nice little fearsome 4 headcanon going.
Does anyone know Morse code?
No. Wait, does SOS count? Is that good?
Or maybe it was more of a 4 Musketeers kind of thing, or a Scooby Gang. Either way, Eddie starts out the season accepting of everyone. He takes the outcasts under his wing, welcomes Erica into his D&D party, and is happy for everyone when they win against him.
That's why we play!
By the end, he even forms a friendship with Steve, giving him his jacket and encouraging him to be with Nancy.
If I were you, I would get her back. Because that was as unambiguous a sign of true love as these cynical eyes have ever seen.
Number 4. His friendship with Dustin. Yes, Eddie and Steve form a really sweet bond, and as we've mentioned, he gets along well with a lot of people.
How many times do I have to be right on the money before you guys just trust me?
Jesus Christ, this kid's gotta get his ego in check.
It's his tone, right?
But of course, we need to make special mention of the Eddie-Dustin duo. For starters,
Never change. Dustin Henderson. Promise me?
I wasn't planning on it.
like, okay, we're already crying, thanks. According to the Stranger Things writer's Twitter, Joe actually improvised the "I love you man" line he says to Dustin, making that exchange all the more precious now that we know this.
I think it's my year, Henderson. I think it's finally my year. I love you, Dad.
Their friendship is so strong throughout the entire season, which, unfortunately, only makes the end hurt that much more.
I say you're asking me to follow you into Mordor, which, if I'm totally straight with you. I think it's a really bad idea. But, the Shire is burning.
Number 3. The scene with Chrissy.
Whoa, hey. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. You okay?
The fact that Eddie, of all people, realized something was wrong with Chrissy when even her own boyfriend didn't see it speaks volumes of his character. Let's ignore the fact that he's selling her illegal substances for a second and focus on the fact that he makes her laugh.
You remember?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I wouldn't remember me either, Chrissy. Honestly.
Chrissy is quick to see that Eddie isn't what everyone makes him out to be, and Eddie manages to make her feel comfortable, which is saying something with how bad of a place she's in at the time.
You're not what I thought you'd be like.
Mean and scary? Yeah, well, I actually kind of thought you'd be kind of mean and scary too. Terrifying.
It's a really sweet, quieter moment in the show. We were robbed of Chrissy or Edsy or whatever their ship name is.
Robbing blind here.
Robbed, we say. Number 2. The other scene with Chrissy.
You sure you have it?
No, I got it. Somewhere. Sorry I'm late, sweetheart.
There's just so much great stuff from Joe in the first episode, but this might actually be one of his best performances. After their heartwarming exchange in the woods, the rug was totally ripped out from under us.
Chrissy! Okay, Chrissy, wake up. Hey, hello? Chrissy, hello? Hey, Chrissy!
Vecna gets to Chrissy and Eddie witnesses the whole thing up close. Quinn manages to convey the escalation from confusion to outright horror so masterfully. Seriously, where's his Oscar? Admittedly, the whole "Chrissy, wake up" and "I don't like this" lines are a little funny, if only because they feel so true to Eddie's personality.
Wake up, Chrissy! Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up!
Joe Quinn, you have all our praise.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. He didn't run away this time.
You're tired. You are injured. Do you flee Vecna and his cultists? Or do you stand your ground and fight?
Alright, you knew this was coming. Of all the reasons we love Eddie Munson, his decision to stay and fight is the most significant.
Buy more time.
No! Eddie, please!
Of course, we don't love that he sacrificed himself, given that it put an end to his character, but as far as the whole hero thing goes, it's legendary. He'd spent nearly every episode on the run.
I did the thing that I do now, apparently. I ran.
And this time, he'd had enough of running. His death might just be one of the saddest moments on the entire show, with both Joe and Gaten Matarazzo totally outdoing themselves.
I didn't run away this time, right?
You will be missed, Eddie Munson. #Justice for Eddie. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.